All right, so welcome. This is our stretch and flow class, and just bringing us into the weekend with some good stretches and mellowing out, feeling good. I know you worked a lot this week, lots of good things.
Anybody here besides me?
Yeah, we got like 5 other people. I'm starting already. Yeah, you're here. Yep, we're here. I totally forgot to put my music on and went all the way back there. All right, here it comes. Enjoy yourselves. Just, working on the breath. Let's inhale, raise those arms up. Exhale, bring it down. Inhale, raise arms up. Exhale, bring them down. Let's just kind of loosen everything up, go side to side a little bit. Working on the flow. And then take a little bit side wrap around you, the arms, little spinal rotation. A little round and arch the spine, bring the arms in, and then open out. Round it on in. Exhale, open out. 2 more like that. One more. Excellent. Rock it side to side again. Excellent. Let's inhale, lift those arms up, and then sink the chi. Bring the hands downwards. Again, we inhale, lift up. Exhale, coming downwards. Take your time. And raise up your head, look at your hands above you, and then watch them as they sink on down. Exhaling. We'll do one more like that. Take your time on these. Inhale up. Exhale down. And from here, we're going to take your right arm over the left. Pretend you're holding a ball of light energy. And then bend your knees and open out the arms straight sideways. Inhale, left arm over right. It's called Embrace the Moon in Tai Chi. Beautiful. Open out, exhale. And inhale, taking those arms, holding on to that ball of energy. Exhale, breathe out. Let's do one more last time here. Inhale. And open out. Excellent. I'd like you to take your hands together up top. You're arched back a little bit so that you feel that in your abs, and open out and feel that in your back. And then tilt sideways with it. And other side. Same thing. Then open out. I'm going to have you meet me on your mat. So from here, I'd like to do your arms come all the way up And then forward and down, and you're gonna come at a 90-degree angle, hinging. Feeling the stretch in the back of the thighs as you fold forward. And the top part of your body is just straight, if you can. And then release one vertebrae at a time, coming downward toward your toes with your hands. Yep. Relax your hands downward. If you need to, you can have a slight bend in the knees. And let's shift your weight side to side a little bit. Rock side to side. A little ragdoll. Good, and then inhale, lift those arms up. Exhale, bring them toward your hips. We're going to take your right leg forward into a lunge. We'll do warrior one in yoga. So the front foot is totally aligned straight. The other one can be a little bit sideways, whatever feels comfortable for you though. And keep your hips kind of pointed toward whatever's in front of you, the wall. Square them off. And then relax upward with those arms. And you're going to open out to your side. I'm going to face my back for this one, but open out to your side with it. So knee is right over the foot in the front leg. Excellent. And then drop the back hand to the back leg and reach up. The back leg is straight, the front knee is bent. Then let's tilt other way and then shift that front knee to straight if you can. And then take the hands in the other direction. Stretch. All right. And then take your hands, right, palms right to the sides of your right leg in front. And I'd like you to come down onto your left knee. And then take your toe up on your right foot. You can either point or flex the back toe. It depends on how you feel with it. I'd like you to kind of fold forward and stretch out the back of the thigh on your front leg here. And there. Good. So that front leg is straight. That's your right leg is straight. The left knee is bent. And then I'd like you to go ahead and take that right knee back. From here, we're going to do a little cat-cow. Take your time, hands are right under the shoulders and knees under the hips. You round the spine, and we're going to arch the spine. Inhale, rounding the spine. Exhale, arch. Inhale to round. Exhale to arch. Give me one more time. Toes up on the back. I want you to shift your weight back into a downward dog for a moment here if you can. Butt goes toward the back of the room. Shoulders back and down so that you feel your scapula is nice and stable, hopefully, and feel that stretch in the back of your legs. Feel free to walk 1 foot at a time a little bit. And then I'd like you to walk your feet forward, and we're gonna go ahead and bring your left leg forward. Hands can be on either side of the foot to start off, and then we're gonna raise up and do the same thing on this side. So into our warrior one position. So your left leg is in front this time, and angle that back leg however you feel is good for you, but try to box off your hips a little bit in the front. Feel that stretch. Good. Exhale, open out, rotate sideways towards your right. That one. Feel free to get a little bit lower with the legs. Nice. And then we'll go ahead and take your left hand to your left knee, hopefully, and then bring it over. Left knee is still bent. And then shift into straight legs and switch directions with the arms. Bring it on back. We're going to center yourselves out. We got to do the same thing we did on the other side. So we're coming down onto your right knee here. If you'd like to, you're flexing the back toe. And your left leg goes forward and flex. It's flat on the end. Kind of fold forward and point or flex that back toe. Whatever you feel is easier for you to get that position. I'll come back a little bit so you see my front foot. Good. Feeling that big stretch. Back of the thigh. A few breaths here. Feel free to fold forward. Then let's take ourselves on back again one more time into the quadruped position. That's kind of like hands right under the shoulders and knees under the hips. And this time we're gonna circle our hips around. Let's do 5 times towards your right, 5 times toward the left, and like draw a circle with your hips. Big circles, take your time. Feel good. And then let's go the other way, rotate around. When you're ready for it. 3, 4, and 5. Nice job with that. I'd like you to bring your toes together if you can, and your knees are wide. And you're gonna come sit backwards, bring your right hand forward, and then you're gonna take your left hand and thread the needle. So you're gonna walk your left hand underneath, and walk it out, and hold that stretch for a bit, okay? So your hands are like 90-degree angle, perpendicular. You feel a big stretch in the shoulder. Palm can face down or up. If you'd rather up, that's fine. I usually do it down. And just sink into that as a stretch for your shoulder. Full breaths here. Excellent. We're gonna walk it out. Come back to center with both arms and just come down with your head and relax into it. That's just a extended child's pose. Now we're going to take your right arm and interlace it underneath the left arm. So take it and walk it under, perpendicular. You can have your palm facing down toward the ground and relax into it, stretching out the shoulder. Working on the breath. Beautiful. Let's walk our hands back to center. And then let's take your right leg. We're going to take the right leg forward to pigeon pose. So take it so that it's horizontal in line with the mat. I'll face you guys for this so you see it better, okay? So it'll be your right leg, I'm doing my left, just mirror you. And the leg will be like in a flat line compared to the top of your mat. Your back leg can be bent, or you can try to straighten it out more, depends on how you're feeling. Try to straighten mine out. And then we're gonna kind of take your hands right over. So one hand is right over the knee, one hand's right over the ankle. Kind of fold forward around the back. Kind of relax and release into it. See if you can keep your hips relatively level while you do this though. So if you need to bend the back knee more in order to get in that position, that's just fine. But you're feeling that stretch in the side of your butt, piriformis area. Just relax into it, take a few deep breaths. This is an area where we probably get tight a good amount, so it's good to just stretch on out. If you have any sciatica or piriformis syndrome, this is a helpful one to be stretching. We'll start to release out of that. Let's bring, sit back a little bit, hands behind you on the ground or on the mat. And you're gonna touch the arch of the foot to your knee, the legs. And we're gonna do a mobilization for your hip area, the SI joint, deep joint. So your feet stay on the ground, but then you'll rotate, hopefully, and you'll come to the other side. You might need to adjust yourself depending on where you are on your mat. And then you're gonna keep going side to side. Nice, do what you can do with that. We'll do about 10 or so. Should feel really good. Make sure your foot, if you can, you're touching the bottom of your foot to the opposite knee. I'll get you in a position for it. Excellent. All right, you'll take your left leg, whatever leg you didn't do yet, Bring it so that it squares off to the top of the mat. Your other leg can be bent at the knee, or you can straighten it out behind you more, either way. And then start to fold it forward. Try to keep the hips relatively squared off. You do this, and you should feel this in the side of your butt on the leg that's in front. Yeah, we'll take about 5 deep breaths here. Just work on the breath and feel that stretch and just relax into it. Your hands should be right above like the knee and the foot, okay? Try to even that out. All right, I'd like you to press your way up from there. This one's going to be a little more challenging, but I think you can handle it. You're going to get up onto your knees. Hands can be on the ground in front of you. If you're up for it, you're going to try to sit on back more. So if you have a knee issue, you may need to put some weight into your hands more. But if you're feeling up for it, you're going to sit all the way back and get that really good stretch in the quads and the top of the thighs, best of your ability. As I said, if you need to go forward, fold forward more onto the tips of the fingers, that's okay. Okay, on your back here. I bet you feel that. You should feel that quite a bit. Tall backs, all that good stuff. We'll be here for a few breaths. Excellent. We're going to kind of sit up from there. Let's take your right leg out to the side. Flex your foot. My foot is flat. You can't see it right now. Foot is flat. You're going to take your hands up. And then let's bring it sideways. And open those arms more. Make sure the foot right there, that one, your right foot is flexed, okay? It's called gate pose. This is a good side stretch for the body. Then we'll bring it back. Center. Let's just go ahead and do the other side. Flex the foot on your left. Out of the shot on all these. All right. And then hands here. You can always double up on your mat or whatever you need to do in order to feel comfortable on your knee there. Side stretch. And then open out those arms and stretch even further if you can. Excellent. Coming back, we're going to go ahead and sit into the knees one more time if you can. If you need to tent your fingers and fold forward a little bit more, that's okay. Otherwise, sit back a bit. I'm going to meet you over here. So you can sit back, but then if you can, you're going to take your hands. We're going to try for camel. So sit up more. And if you need to, some of you might want to start with this, where your hands are on the back and then just extend from the back area, and that's a nice light way to go about a back stretch. Stay there if you'd like, but I invite you, if you'd like to deepen the stretch, you take your hands towards your feet. If I can get there today. And this is camel pose, where you just kind of relax your head back. Open that chest. Big back extension. Go hold here for 3 deep breaths, okay? Feel free to go back to that modification if you need to. Let's release out of that, placing your hands on the ground. Somehow make your way into seated. Yeah, I need to do that. We're going to do one more thing for your back, but it's more strengthening, but I think you can handle it. We're going to take your fingers, point them towards your butt, but place them behind you. And actually, let's do a modified first. So elbows are on the ground, facing toward your butt. If you can, you're going to push down with the feet and lift your back up. It's a back plank. And then come down from there. And I'd like you to try that with the straight arms. And then let's see how you feel with either of them, which one's better for you. So try with the straight arms more, and then see if you can have the tips toward your butt and push up and through. If you need to go back to the other version, that's fine, but just want to make sure you feel both. See if you can open your chest, and it's strengthening, but it's also a stretch. And then release down from there. I know that's a hard one, so we don't need to overdo it. You did great with that. Go ahead and we're going to lie on back. Nice and easy, one vertebrae at a time. Let's open out the arms. Bend your knees. And then fold the knees both in the same direction over to one side. And let your head lay opposite or look toward the opposite direction where your knees are. And then let's reverse, other direction, same thing. So knees go to the opposite side. Head looks to the opposite direction where your knees are pointing. Nice back stretch, breathe into it. Let's bring your legs back on over to center. Excellent. Go ahead and take one leg up and over. You pick your leg. I'm doing my right side. Feel free to do your right side. Up and over. And then you're going to take your hands and interlace them, hugging into that bottom leg, and just kind of rock back. Let your head just sink to the ground. And think about kind of pushing that whatever knee, this right knee, the one that's on top, pushing it away from you. So you can think about doing that and use those muscles, activate, and that'll help you feel it even deeper. The stretch in here. A few deep breaths here. That's your piriformis stretching. And I invite you, if you'd like to make it even more like a little bit more challenging, but a deeper stretch in some ways. This is reciprocal inhibition, is when you take your hands and try it where you put them on the ground, and you have to use the back of your thigh muscles, strengthen up here in the back, but it'll help you to stretch the top leg more. See if you can handle that. Good. Breathe into it, and that'll also make you use your core muscles. You're imprinting your back into the ground with that one and thinking of pushing this leg away. Yep, the knee away. A couple more breaths here, and then we'll switch to the other side momentarily. All right, relax your legs down. I'd like you to spend a moment here where you tuck your knees back in and hug them to your chest, and let's kind of rock side to side, massaging the back. Then release those legs back down onto the ground, onto the mat. And then you're going to switch up to your other leg. So if you're doing the same one as me, you'll be on your left leg that comes up and over. Then it goes onto the thigh of the opposite leg. Not on the knee, but on the thigh, a little bit lower. And then you're going to hug into that bottom leg. So right leg should be on the bottom if you're doing the same. And relax your back and your neck onto the ground. Should feel that in the side of your thigh and your butt. Big stretch. And thinking about taking your left knee and pushing it away from you, like even if you're like just thinking about doing it and using those muscles, do that. Great. Couple of breaths here assisted, and then if you'd like to try without your arms, we'll do that version. If you're up for it, go ahead, relax your hands down on the ground, but we're using core strength, pushing your back into the ground, and then igniting by pushing away from you with that left knee. But it's a stretch, it is a stretch. You'll feel strengthening on one side of your leg, stretching on the other side. Breathe into a few more breaths, really deepening the stretch to the best of your ability. All right, and then relax your legs back on down. Good job. And then we'll take a moment and you're gonna open the big toe and the one next to it on the right foot and take your left Achilles tendon, your ankle area, and just like put it right in between those big toes. And then you extend your legs and see if you can press up and through, and you should feel a big stretch in your left leg. This is also an example of reciprocal inhibition where you're really strengthening the top parts of your legs, but you feel that stretch in the back. Flexing through the feet. You can always put your feet on the wall or against something if you need to. Prop it up, but few deep breaths in here, imprinting the spine on the ground, activate those core muscles. Get the best stretch you possibly can. Back of the thigh right there. Or release down. I know it's hard when it's staying. Good. Take your knees, rock them side to side. Low back stretch, but dynamically. Side to side. Now I bet your left leg feels longer than your right leg. We're going to do our right leg too. All right, ready to switch, other side. So you're parting your big toe and the toe next to it on your left foot, and then sticking your ankle, your right ankle in. The right leg should be on top, and then press straight up and through the best of your ability. Remember, you can always prop your feet up against something if you need to, or just try this. I know it's hard, but you can do it. Get that stretch in the best of your ability. Flex the feet, extend the legs. More deep breaths. When I say flex the feet, the toes should point toward your nose, toward your head. Dorsey flexion. Really good flexion in the feet. All right, then relax them down, because I know that's a hard one. It's so good though. Once again, let's bring your knees side to side. All right. And then we're gonna grab, I thought I had my yoga block out. Where'd it go? Oh, there it is. Your yoga block or your towel or whatever you have that you want to put underneath your head. It's your pillow prop. Now lay on your side. So you're stacked your knees, one on top of the other. We're gonna work on shoulder mobility. Bring your head down. And let's do 4 of each component. If you've done this class, you've seen it. Telescoping is where you go forward and back with the upper hand. And just kind of go forward and back. Just lengthening the arm, whatever the top arm is. And then when you're ready, we're going to take that upper arm and we're going to bring it up and over horizontally. Give me 4, open out. Straight to the other side, yep. And then bring it in. You don't have to touch the ground when you do it, but that's kind of the goal. Do 3 more, opening out that shoulder. Give me 2 more. One more. And we're going to take that top hand and you're going to trace it kind of on the ground as a semicircle up and over the head. And if you need to lift your hand off the ground at any time, that's fine. Just go halfway, and then you're going to come forward and around semicircle, up and above the head and back. That's where you started. So give me 3 more just like that. Don't push the hand, the arm too much if you can't get it on the ground. I certainly can't. If you can, great. I feel it though. 2 to go. Good. I'd like you to take your arm diagonal up and back and just hang out there with it. And see how that feels. Let gravity take hold. Bringing your arm downward maybe. So we'll take 30 seconds here. A few deep breaths. Won't overdo it, but should feel that opening out the shoulder. The pectoral muscles get tight if we're sitting at a desk or something. So this really helps open up that whole area. I always say I try to do this one in bed at night, stuff like that. So think about times during the day when you might want to do this stretch or the in the doorway pec stretch. It's pretty similar stuff. So these are helpful. Excellent. Go ahead, bring it up and around. I'm going to change my position so I can see you, but feel free to flip around to where you need to. Same thing on the other arm. I was like, wait, you guys have to flip around and see me too, I guess. If you want to see me. Okay. You're laying on your side, same stuff. Bring it right under. And we're going to go forward, back. The top arm, let's do 4 of them. Reaching forward, taking it back. Make sure your knees are stacked on top of each other. 3. Feeling comfy, cozy. Best of your ability, yep. Excellent. Now we're going to lift the arm up and around, semicircle, up and around. Give me 4. The other way. Do it again, 3. 2 to go, bring it toward the ground. One more. Let's semicircle the arm. So maybe you bring the fingers on the ground and lift it up and overhead to the opposite side. Your fingers can come off the ground, that's fine. And then we'll walk it forward, up and around forward, yep. Do 3 more, semicircle up and around. Till it's straight, sideways. Then bring it forward and around. Let's do 2 more. Last one. And then we'll do that thing where you lift your arm up diagonal and then let gravity take hold of it for a little while and breathe into it. It's a really deep stretch. Maybe at every breath you feel like your arm is weighing a little heavier in a good way, meaning that it's opening up those chest muscles, the pectoral muscles. Just let it be though. All right, that's probably pretty good. We're gonna bring our arm up and around, back forward. I'd like you to press yourself up from the ground. Come into like a seated position where you're crossing your legs, a seated palm. If that's too much on your knees, you can always bring your legs forward instead of crossing them. Good. Sit up nice and tall. We're going to take a spinal rotation here. Take your right arm, bring it across and over the left knee. Other hand comes on the ground and we'll just twist into that. A few deep breaths here. Excellent, release out of that. Just take your back to center and then place your left hand onto the right knee. Same thing, other hand's on the ground. And kind of twist yourself there. Nice spinal rotation. And then bring it back to center. Hands on your knees. Just hold it for a moment here. Close your eyes if you'd like to. Take in a couple of extra deep breaths. Hope you feel good. Lengthen through that spine. Take a moment. Relax. Nice job. Take our palms together at your heart center. And then fold forward. Let's say namaste together. Bring it on up. Take your hands. Bring them sideways. So bring your head to the side, lengthen through the neck for a moment. The other side here, the shoulder. Head downward toward the ground and then all the way up to the sky. All right. Some shoulder rolls, feeling good. You did fantastic today. Thank you very much. I hope you feel good. Hope that brings you right into your weekend feeling all the better, right? Yeah, I feel better too. Excellent. Let's get on up. Oh, eventually. Say, have a great evening, everybody. Ooh, I feel good.
Yeah, that was a good class. I liked it.
All right, fantastic.
Yeah.